ready. All right, well, happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I would say it's a beautiful day, although it looks like it's trying really hard to be a beautiful day. I don't know if it actually is going to be. So last week, I was thinking a lot about last week when we were talking about the breathing exercises, and I was saying how I had this like really frustrating day just because like I couldn't untangle my garden hose and like untangle my extension cord. And I was thinking about that whole idea of like when you're just all like bound up and crazy and twisted, and sort of the freedom of when you let go of that and can stretch out and feel so good and feel all the breath and the movement and the calmness that comes from that. And so I do want to work on a lot of twists today, and breathing is such an important part of twists. I personally find myself holding my breath during a twist a lot. Twist and deep back bends, and it's something I very consciously have to work on to keep breathing, because I'm now at the recording and teaching while I'm doing stuff versus walking around the room. It's actually helping me breathe through my twist because I have to talk during the twist a lot of times. So it's a good reminder because you can't really talk without breathing. But so it really just comes back down to the breath. Like everything always comes back to just be really conscious of your breath and the twist. And then I really want us to think about just that wonderful expansion and freedom when you come out of a twist. And there's so many benefits in the twist. It's not like when your garden hose is all twisted up and it just won't work. There's so many great things that come with a twist, from, the spine and internal organs and everything. There's so many benefits when we're in that twist. Then there's that beautiful, big, deep breath and expansion and freedom when you come out of it. So that's just where I wanted us to think about a little bit today. And I wanted to get started in just a moment on our backs for Supta Padangusthasana, just like we did last week. So if you don't have a strap, have one handy. We'll get started. We'll come on your backs in just a minute. But just for those of you that came on a little bit later online, if you didn't hear me say it, I wanted to make sure that you had a strap available. And so let's just take a moment here to sit up really nice and tall. Really think about that breath moving all the way up your spinal column, all the way through the very tippy tip top of your head. Think about something actually pulling the very top of your head towards the sky. And take a nice big deep breath in here, and then exhale, melt the shoulders down away from your ears. Pull the shoulder blades down onto your back. Leave them there as you take another nice big deep breath in all the way up the spine. And then open mouth, exhale, let it all out. One more time, nice big deep breath in. Then exhale, let it all out. And while we're sitting here, let's inhale, reach your arms up. We'll just do a little bit of side body work here. So go ahead and take your right hand down to the earth. And then just before anything else, press down to the right hand and use that as leverage to press the left sit bones down. And then reach the left fingertips up. And then on your exhale, reach them over your ear towards the right side, continuing to press down to the left sit bone. And pull back through the left shoulder. And on your next inhale, bring it up to center. Now let's take the left hand down to the earth and do that same thing. Press down to the hand so you press down to the right sit bone. Reach up through the fingertips and then over your ear. And then inhale, bring it back up. And exhale your hands down to your heart center. Okay, go ahead and grab your strap and come on down to your backs. And we'll get started again, similar to last week. All right, so go ahead and pull the right knee into your chest. Let your left leg go long. Flex through the left foot. Take a moment here, press down through the left thigh, and then take the strap to the arch of your right foot and extend the foot up to the sky. We want nice engagement in both legs here, so keep both feet flexed. Keep on pressing both thighs back, so your left thigh will be pressing down into the earth. Take the strap into both hands. Keep that foot nice and flexed and give a very gentle pull in towards your chest. All right, take that strap into your right hand. Take your left hand to your left hip, and then press down on that hip bone right there to just remind yourself to keep that grounded in. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, open up the right leg to the right, only as far as you can go without that left hip popping up. So our hand is there as a reminder. All right, on your inhale, slowly pull that right leg back up to the center. Switch the strap into your left hand and let your right arm go long. Keep that foot really flexed. Press that, think about pulling that thigh bone down into your right hip socket. And then just take that right foot over to the left, just about 2 or 3 inches. And keep on thinking about that thigh bone pressing down into the hip socket. All right, on your next out breath, take it over another 2 or 3 inches, just a little bit. Really feel that digging into that IT band there. And then on your next out breath, go ahead and take that right foot all the way over to the left as far as is comfortable for you to leave that right shoulder pinned down. And then go ahead and take that right foot back up to the center. Bring the strap into both hands. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, gentle pull in towards the chest. And then go ahead and bend that knee, release the strap, let the right leg go long. Feel that expansion, feel the difference. You should feel so much longer on your right side as it is. All right, and then pull that left knee into your chest. Before you do anything else, let's engage the right leg, flex the foot, press the thigh down into the earth, and then go ahead and take that strap to the arch of the left foot and extend it up towards the sky. Take a moment to get all that engagement in your left leg. Let the muscles start to open up. Take the strap into both hands, take a breath in, and exhale, gentle pull in towards your chest. You don't have to have any big movements here, just little micro movements. You'll definitely feel it. Okay, again, take that right hand to your right hip, left hand on the strap. Take a breath in, exhale, open up that leg to the left side, leaving your right hip pinned down. So only open up as far as you can without rolling over to the side. On your next inhale, bring it back up. Switch the strap out into the right hand, let your left arm go long. Exhale, take that leg just 2 or 3 inches over to the right. Again, think about that thigh bone plugging down into the hip socket. And then take it another 2 or 3 inches over to the right. And then go ahead and take it as far over to the right as is comfortable for you, leaving that left shoulder blade pinned down onto the earth. All right, go ahead and bring it up to the sky. Take that strap into both hands, nice gentle pull in towards the chest, just micro movements here. You probably can feel it a little bit deeper than the first time. And then go ahead and bend that leg, release the strap, let your left leg go long onto the mat. All right, go ahead and pull those knees both into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze in, rock and roll a little bit from side to side. And then cross your feet at the ankles and rock and roll the length of your spine back and forth and rock all the way up to a seated position. And then go ahead and swing around. Let's meet into a tabletop. All right. So fingers spread wide, hips in line over the knees. Take a look back. Make sure your feet aren't out to the sides. Nice straight line all the way from your knees right back to your heel. All right, a couple rounds of cat-cow here to open up the spine. Take a breath in, sit bones back and apart. As you look up and roll those shoulders down onto your back. And then exhale, reverse it out, tucking the tailbone, drawing the belly button up into the spine. Inhale, take it back down through that cow pose, nice and slow. And then on your exhale, round it up, spine towards the sky. One more round, take a breath in. And exhale, round it out. Good, all right, nice neutral tabletop position here. Draw the belly button in, shoulder blades on the back. Take those knees back a couple inches, tuck the toes if they're not, and let's bring the hips up into our first downward facing dog. Make a couple movements here. Nice slow walk of the dog, bending one knee, straightening the other. All right, let's shift our weight forward into a plank pose. Wiggle the toes as much as you need to get a nice strong plank here. And then let's bring the hips back up into a downward facing dog. Again, shift your weight forward into a plank. Option here, if you want to add a push-up, bend your elbows, hover halfway, and then push it back up. And then send the hips up, downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. Shift your weight forward into that plank pose. Option here, if you want to take that push-up, bend your elbows back, hover halfway, press it back up, and then one more time, downward facing dog. All right, come on down to your knees. Let your big toes touch. Spread your knees nice and wide. Sink your hips back. Child's pose. Try to make this active. Even though you have your forehead down on the mat, keep crawling those fingertips up. Lots of side body here. And then on your exhale, press those hips back towards your heel. All right, let's press ourselves back up through that table into a downward facing dog. And then bend your knees and look forward. And on your exhale, journey to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale it up, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, nice straight back. Think about taking the sit bones back and apart, crown of the head towards the top of your mat. And then exhale, fold it down. Again, inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana and Uttanasana. One more time, halfway lift, and then fold it down. This time, inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, reach for the sky, fingers spread nice and wide. Exhale, cactus your arms, open up. Bring the heart forward, inhale it up, and exhale, hands down to your heart center. All right, let's find that strong steady Tadasana at the top of your mat. When you're ready, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back into a runner's lunge. If you need those blocks for a little extra lift here, go ahead and take them. Take the shoulders away from your ears and draw up through that left quad. All right, plant your left hand, take your right hand to your hip, twist your torso to the right, and then reach that right hand up to the sky. Keep a nice, strong, steady back leg here. And then bring the right hand down, press down through the right foot, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Bring it up halfway lift. Take it all the way down to the mat, step the right foot back, runner's lunge on the other side. Same thing here, pressing back to that right heel and lifting up through the right quad. Plant your right hand, take your left hand to your hip, twist that torso nice and big, and then reach the left hand up. Good, all right, take that left hand down and step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Then hands down to your heart center. All right, let's do that again. We'll add on a little bit. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot back, runner's lunge. Hold this runner's lunge for a moment, draw up through the abs, shoulders down, and then slowly drop the left knee down to the earth. Before you do anything else, scissor those legs together, drawing the right heel towards that left knee. Once you have that squeeze, reach your arms up. Okay, so my right knee right now is a little over my ankle, so I'm gonna take my hands down and scoot my left knee back a little bit. So make sure, take a look, make sure you're at a nice 90-degree angle there. All right, let's take your palms to touch, reach them up towards the sky, and then maybe reach them back towards the back of your mat just a little bit, leaving your hips and your knees right where they are. Back to center, go ahead and frame that foot and lift your back knee. Okay, this time we're gonna step forward into standing split, so press down through the right foot, lift your left toes up, leave them up. And then drop those left toes down at the top of your mat. Inhale it up halfway. Plant the hand, step the right foot back. So I'm gonna wiggle my right toes back a little further this time, knowing what I did last time with my knee. And then drop that right knee down to the mat. Squeeze those legs together, get a nice tight squeeze, reach it up. Left knee is in line right over the ankle at that 90-degree angle. Take your palms to touch, reach your fingertips up, and then reach them back. And back to center, and frame that foot. Raise the back knee, press down to the left foot, lift the right toes up, and hold them up. And forward fold, Uttanasana. Stay in this fold. If you need to put a bend in your knees, go ahead. If you'd like to take opposite hands to opposite elbows, let gravity pull you down a little closer to the earth, hips up a little higher to the sky. If you've taken ragdoll, release the elbows. Bring it up, halfway lift. Fold it down, and then inhale all the way up. And again, on your exhale, cactus those arms, open up your heart. Inhale, reach, and exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, we'll do a couple of sun A's here. So nice, strong, steady at the top of your mat. Press down through all four corners of your feet. Maybe actually lift up all those toes, spread them nice and wide. And then try to take the pinky toe down, big toes down, and all of them down. All right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, you're new to my class, so you don't know. I run really cold, so it doesn't ever occur to me to turn on fans. Yes, absolutely. No, I'll be like dripping a step, like, oh, should we turn on the fan? All right, when you're ready, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, find a plank pose, stepping back and holding it here for just a moment as you get all your foundation. Press the heels back, draw the belly button up into the spine. Take a breath in, exhale, bend those elbows back, maybe hover halfway. Bring it all the way down to your stomach. Flip the toes, press the toenails into the mat. Inhale, lift up, cobra. And exhale, release it down and press up, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look forward, and exhale, come to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's reach it all the way up. Again, exhale, cactus your arms, shine your heart. Inhale it up. Exhale, let's fold it all the way right back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, take that plank pose again. All right, take a breath in here. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way down. Inhale, press up, cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, one of Kent's favorites here, lift up your right toes, bend your right knee, and then we're gonna stack that right hip over on top of your left. Pull up through that left shoulder. That's really important to stay square to the top of the mat, and then see if you can't take that heel a little closer to your glute. And then straighten through the right leg and take the right toes back down. We'll do it on the other side. So take the left foot up, bend the knee, and stack that hip over. Again, pull up through that right shoulder and then press that heel a little closer to your glute. Maybe take that knee up a little higher towards the sky. And then straighten through, take the toes down, bend your knees and look forward, and exhale, come to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale it up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open it up. Reach for the sky. One more time, we're gonna exhale straight down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. All right, either hold this plank or go ahead and take a push up and press back up. So we're gonna press down halfway, press it back up if you've taken that option, and then this time all the way down to your stomachs. Curl those or flip those toes, inhale, press up, cobra pose. I promise you won't do that all class. Go ahead and take it down and press up, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here in your downward facing dog if there's any movements you need to make. Bend your knees and look forward. And on your exhale, come to the top of your mat, finding that forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it all the way up. One more time, let's exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale it up. And now hands down to your heart center. All right, grab a sip of water if you need it. I think we're warmed up now. Yeah, I go from like really, really cold to really, really hot. Like I'm literally never comfortable. Like there's no middle ground whatsoever. Okay. Your favorite and mine, we're gonna work on some chair poses. So either feet hip distance apart, or if you'd like to take them a little closer together to touch or to almost touch, totally up to you. Wherever you are, press those feet down into the mat. Let's take our fingertips down towards the earth. Take a moment, take those thighs back and apart, taking that rotation. Shoulders shoulders down your back, not halfway down your back, all the way down. All right, and then bend your knees and then sweep those fingertips up, finding a chair pose. I always lose my thighs in the process, so go ahead and take those thighs back and apart if you're like me. And then let's stand back up. Leave your arms extended to the sky. Shift the weight to your right foot, come onto your left toes, and then take that left foot back, finding a high lunge. Take whatever walking back or movements you need to get your foundation here, maybe taking that left foot out to the left just a little bit more. Reaching up to the sky. Now we're gonna take a slow low down, so slowly bend to that left knee, maybe hover it right over the mat, and take it all the way down. All right, let's see here. Bring that right hand to your hip, left hand to that right knee, and then twist your torso over to the right side of your mat. And then reach that right hand back and reach your left hand forward. And then bring it back to center. All right, let's frame the foot. We're gonna come into those half splits. So grab your blocks if you need a little extra height. Maybe scoot that right knee back a little bit further so you get a nice wide angle here on the, left knee. All right, and then we're gonna slowly straighten through that right foot and lift the right toes up. So bring the blocks if you need them, or fingertips down to the ground. If you're like me, my right hip came forward, so I'm gonna pull my right hip back, and I can really feel that when I do that. All right. So wherever you are, we want a nice long spine, which is why those blocks come in handy, because we just don't want your shoulders hunched forward. So as long as you can have a nice straight spine here, take a breath in all the way up that spine, and then keeping that long spine, exhale your stomach a little closer to your thigh. Easier said than done, I'm sure. All right, so we're gonna add a little twist in with this. So come back up onto your fingertips and then take your left hand and reach it to the outside of your right foot. And then maybe use that as leverage to twist your torso a little bit more to the right. And then let go of that twist. And let's bend through the knee. Crawl your hands back through, move your blocks out of the way, or if you need them for runner's lunge, actually keep them right there. And we're gonna lift that back knee into a runner's lunge. Press down through the right foot. We're gonna bring the left toes up for a standing split at the top of the mat. Really work on pulling the left hip down and then lifting up through the left heel. And then release the toes down for a forward fold at the top of the mat. Did I mention we're working on hamstrings today? Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Bend your knees, keep your fingertips up. Find that chair pose, Utkatasana. Thighs back and apart. And then inhale, stand up. Leave your arms extended up to the sky, shoulders on your back. Shift the weight to your left foot, come onto those right toes, and then either walk or step your right foot back for a high lunge. Take a moment to find your stability here, really strong back leg. And then slowly lower down through that right knee. And take it all the way down to the mat. All right, left hand to your hip this time, right hand to the left knee, and then twist that torso. And then reach that left hand back and right hand forward. And inhale it up to the center. All right, standing split time. Go ahead and take those hands, frame your foot, wiggle your knee back if you need to, grab those blocks if you need them. And then whenever you're ready, straighten through the left leg. Draw your left toes up. We want your hips up, so don't sink your hips down to the heel. Want the hips lifted. Draw back to the left hip. Again, really nice long spine here, so do grab those blocks if you need them for that long spine. And then exhale, take the stomach down towards your thigh. All right, come on back up onto those fingertips, and then take your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Use as leverage to twist that torso to the left. And then release that. Bend back through the left knee, and either move your blocks or keep them with you as you raise your right knee up off of the ground into that runner's lunge. Press down through your left foot, lift your right toes up. Again, draw that right hip down towards the earth, and then lift up through the right heel. And then release the right foot down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. And hands to your heart center. Well, that was fun. I think we should build onto it. Whatever it takes, right? All right. So we'll find that chair pose again. So this time, feet either hip distance apart or bring them closer to touch or to almost touch. This time, let's bring our fingers down and reach our arms up to the sky. Bend your knees, send your hips back, and find that chair pose. Take a moment to get those thighs back and apart, tailbone towards the earth. Maybe take the elbows a little closer to your ears. And then forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, either plank or downward facing dog. We're all gonna meet in downward facing dog. If you're in plank, go ahead and lower down through your chaturanga dandasana. And then find your back bend, cobra, or maybe even upward facing dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. All right, take your right toes up. And we're gonna bring that right knee and tap your right elbow. And then straighten back up into a three-legged dog. And then go ahead and bring that knee towards the center and drop that foot down onto the mat. We wanna work its way up in between your thumbs. All right, we're gonna find that high lunge. So get all your foundation here first and either use your thigh as leverage or press through your right foot and reach it up. Take a breath in here. Exhale, reach your right hand behind you, left hand forward for an open arm twist. And then back to the center. All right, spin your back foot flat, find a warrior two pose. Take a moment here, get your right knee in line right over that ankle. Let's take our right hand to that knee, left hand to your hip, and then press them both back. Get that torso really nice and aligned with the long side of your mat. Keep everything there and then just reach your arms back up and then send your gaze over your right fingertips. Keep that knee right over your ankles. You flip your palm. And then first, let's take the right fingertips up to the sky, straight up. Try to touch the ceiling. And then reach them over your ear towards the back of your mat. And then bring it back through. All right, let's reach towards the top of the mat. And then take that forearm to the thigh. Reach your left arm up. Again, keep it up and then plug your shoulder down your back as you're reaching up through the fingertips. And then reach that left arm over your ear. Try to take all the weight off of that forearm. And then use your side body, pull that left hand back, reach your right arm up, back into your warrior two. All right, windmill your hands, frame that foot, find that runner's lunge, spinning onto the ball of your left foot and just hold it here for just a moment. And then drop that left knee down to the earth. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot, crawl your right foot to the right side of your mat. All right, take the toenails down onto the earth and then take that right hand to your knee and press it away. Give yourself a little bit of movement here. You're welcome to stay up here for your lizard lunge, or if you'd like to, you can bring that right hand down to the mat. You can bring your forearms down to a block or all the way down to the earth. So find what works for you on this side. Some people like to come onto the knife edge of that right foot and even press it away more. Some people like to curl that back foot, the back toes under and lift the back knee. Play with it, see what works for you. And just because you did it one way last week doesn't mean that that's the way you do it this week. So play around. All right, wherever you are, start to press yourself back up onto your hands and then crawl the right foot back to the center and frame it. And then lift that back knee up. And then we're gonna step back into a downward facing dog. However you need to get there, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. All right, take your left toes up, bring your left knee forward, tap your elbow, and then straighten back up. This time, bring your knee forward and then take your foot down to the earth, finding its way in between your thumbs. All right, again, get your foundation all settled here. Maybe take the right foot out to the right a little bit if you need a little bit more width, and then find your high lunge. Really strong back leg here. Keep pressing up through the quad and back through the heel. Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Good. Bring it back to center. And spin your back foot flat. Warrior two, again, left hand comes to the knee, right hand to the hip. Give them both a nice tug back, squaring your shoulders right over those hips. And then reach your arms out. Flip your left palm, and then take those left fingertips up towards the sky. Keep trying to reach for the ceiling, and then take it over your ear towards the back of your mat. Beautiful. Bring it back through, warrior two. Reach for the top of your mat, and then take that forearm onto your thigh. Reach your right arm up, plug the shoulder blade down as you reach the fingertips, and then take the fingertips over the ear towards the top of the mat. Keep pressing through the back foot, nice even weight. And then slowly bring that right hand behind you, reach your left arm up. Warrior two. Go ahead and windmill your hands, frame the foot, come onto the ball of your right foot into a brief runner's lunge. And then lower that knee down. Take both hands to the inside of your foot and crawl that foot to the outside of your mat. And then let's take that left hand to your left knee, move it away a little bit. Talk to the hip, talk to the knee. See what's up. And then find your lizard lunge on this side, either staying upright, maybe palms down, maybe forearms down, maybe on a block, maybe on the mat. And then go ahead and bring those palms back to the earth. Crawl that foot back to the center and frame it up. And lift your back knee up. And one more time, let's step back, downward facing dog. All right, go ahead and take the knees down to the earth. Take a brief child's pose or sit back on your heels and grab a sip of water. Whatever your body needs right now. All right, wherever you are, let's press back up through a downward facing dog, and we'll make our way back to the top of the mat in just a moment. And this downward facing dog, really make sure you're taking the pressure off your wrist. Nice big angle here. And then bend your knees and look forward. And exhale, come to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach for the sky. And hands down to your heart center. Okay, we're gonna do some warrior three. So if you do need blocks for your warrior three, have them available at the top of the mat. I like to, I do think, we've talked about this a lot in my classes, I like to take some of the balance out of it to make sure we get that, all of the side body and all of the hams and all of everything that we need here in this pose. And then you can always move your hands off the blocks and start to play with balance. Or if balance is in your practice, then we can do it all at once. So whatever works for you. All right, press down through all four corners of both feet. Roll the shoulder blades down. Nice strong thighs here. All right, let's bring your hands to heart center for right now. Shift the weight to your right foot, come onto the left toes, and lift that left knee up. And then we're gonna slowly shift your weight forward, reaching the left leg back, and then either leave your hands at heart center or take those fingertips down to your block. Wherever you are, try to turn your toes so that they're facing the mat and press the heel behind you. Try to be a nice straight line all the way from your hip. If your hands are on the blocks, maybe start to play with taking one hand off, maybe both. If your hands at heart center, reach them forward towards the center of the room. And then slowly release the left foot down and let's rise back up. Shake it on out and we'll do it on the other side. So drawing everything in towards the midline, shift the weight to the left foot, come onto those right toes, bring the knee up. And then slowly stretch the right leg back as you hinge forward, bringing your hands down to the blocks, you're leaving them at heart center. Again, going for a nice straight line from the hip, from the heel all the way to the crown of the head. If your hands are on the blocks, maybe play with bringing one up, maybe both. If your hands are at heart center, maybe reach them forward. And then slowly stand back up into your Tadasana and shake it on out. Okay, so we are gonna step back into a high lunge. So you have the option to add that warrior 3 in if you'd like to hover on your way back. Otherwise, just walk or step straight back into that high lunge. So shifting the weight to your right foot, come onto the left toes and draw the knee up. And then slowly hinge forward, reaching the left leg back, maybe hovering in a brief warrior 3, and then taking the left toes down to the mat behind you. And we'll all meet in high lunge whenever you're ready to go there. You are, Jane, it's fantastic. It's good, that's good. Don't think about it, but breathe, definitely breathe. Okay, in this high lunge, we're gonna take that right hand to the hip, take a breath in here and reach up through the left fingertips. Exhale, reach the left fingertips towards the top of the mat, and then bend that left elbow and hook it to the outside of your right knee. Before you do anything else, use that leverage, turn your torso as far to the right as you can, really trying to stack shoulder over shoulder. And then if you're comfortable, take that right hand off your hip and bring it to your palm for a prayer twist. And then release the prayer twist, reach it back up, high lunge. I hope you're all breathing. Spin your back foot flat and open up into your warrior 2. Let's add a little bit of movement here. Inhale, straighten your leg, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend it back through. Inhale, straighten your leg, reach it up. Exhale, back to your warrior 2. One more time, inhale, straighten it up. And back to that warrior 2. This time, leave your arms where they are and straighten through that front leg. Press back with your left hip. Take a breath in, reach towards the top of your mat. And then on your exhale, sweep that right hand down, left arm up, finding a triangle pose, resting your hand on your leg, on a block, or on the earth. And then slowly bring it back up. Okay, let's bend back through the right leg. Take your left hand, take it around your back. I'm gonna do it this way. All right, so use that back of your palm to really pull back through that left shoulder, okay? Pressing it into your right kidney. And then reach your right fingertips towards the top of your mat, and then take your forearm back to your thigh. Again, pull back through that left shoulder. Really twist that torso as much as you can. Have little to no weight on your right forearm, lifting up through the right rib cage, and then lift your right hand and reach it towards the top of your mat. Nope, not the left hand, Jane, the other one. There you go. And then back to your thigh. Lots of core here. Reach the right hand forward, back to the thigh. One more time, reaching it forward, back to the thigh. Release the left arm, reach it up, reach it over your ear. And then take that right hand off your thigh and reach it forward. Bring both arms up to the sky. And then bring both arms to the back of your mat. And back up. All right, let's go ahead and frame that foot and step back, downward facing dog. Whew. This is a problem when I go off my notes. I have no idea what I just did there. All right, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, come to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fold it down, and then let's come all the way up. And hands down to your heart center. All right, I think I got this, guys. Okay, we're gonna do warrior three, or we're gonna step back to a high lunge. If you'd like to hover into a warrior three, that's the option. So power down through your left foot, come onto your right toes, bring that knee up. Think about it, and then slowly start to reach the right leg back, either stepping right into your high lunge or hovering in a brief warrior three, maybe even reaching your arms out. And whenever you're ready, bend through the left knee. Ooh. And find the floor with your right foot. All right, so we're in high lunge here. So on the ball of your back foot, take your left hand to your waist. Inhale, reach up through the right fingertips. Exhale, reach it towards the top of your mat. And then hook that right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And again, really just take a moment to get the twist as deep as you can. And then if you're comfortable, take it into the prayer twist with your left hand on top of your right. But don't lose the back leg here in the process. And then inhale, release. Bring it up. All right, now spin that back foot flat. Find that warrior two. And we'll add a little bit of that movement in here. So inhale, straighten your left leg, reach your arms up. Exhale, press it back down. Inhale it up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. One more time, pressing it out. This time, leave the arms straight out. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Turn that right hip bone back if it came forward. Reach towards the top of your mat, and then open up into your Trikonasana or triangle pose. Fingers to your leg or to a block. And then go ahead and lift yourself back up. And then we're gonna bend that knee back into our warrior two. Okay, this time take the right hand behind your back, pressing the palm into your left kidney. Again, really pull back through the right shoulder, reach the left fingertips, and then take the left forearm onto your thigh. You got it. And then pull back to that right shoulder again. Lifting through the left rib cage, press through your back foot, and then inhale, release the left arm, reach it forward. Take it back to your thigh. Reach it forward. Back to your thigh. One more time. Good, back to the thigh. Unbind that right arm, reach it up, and then over your ear. You are welcome to stay here or reach those left fingertips to meet your right. Bring both arms all the way up towards the sky, and then bring both arms towards the back of your mat. And back up, and then open up, warrior two. Awesome, guys. Go ahead, frame that foot, step back, downward facing dog. And then come on down to your knees, please. Bring those toes together to touch. Take your knees nice and wide. Sink your hips back. Give yourself a child's pose. If you want to take some of the pressure off your shoulders here, you can take the knees in a little bit closer and reach your arms back towards your heels. Whatever feels good here. And whenever you're ready, you can come on up, grab a sip of water if you need it. And then swing around onto your bottoms. All right, I'm gonna turn this way. All right, your favorite and mine. I think I've said it like 5 times today, but I know we all really mean it with both. So go ahead and stamp your feet into the mat, knees up, nice straight spine here, and take your hands to the back of your thighs. Draw your belly button up and in. Think about this V here that you're creating and try to keep that V, shoulders on your back, shift your weight back and lift the toes up. You're welcome to stay here or reach your arms forward. And if you're comfortable here, straighten your legs to whatever level is comfortable for you. Comfort being a relative term, of course. And then bend your knees and let it go. Okay, so we are going to do that again. And we are going to take it down to a low boat, but then we're going to release right down onto our back. So we'll all end up on our back. So just do your best not to flop all the way down. If you can't do it with control from boat, go ahead and take your feet down and use your thighs and just roll back, okay? But let's all start off in boat. So hands behind your thighs, shift the weight back, lift the toes, maybe reach your arms out, maybe find your boat. Again, we're gonna lower it down. So either take your toes back down and roll down, or take a breath in here and exhale, slowly release the feet, hovering them over the mat, and then everything down onto your backs and say, ah. All right, bend your knees, stamp your feet into the earth. Take that right foot, cross it over your left knee. Press the right knee away so you can really feel that in the hip flexor here. Stretch through the right arm, flex through the right foot. And then we're gonna thread through here. So take your right hand through the opening, left hand to the outside of your left thigh, lift the left foot up and grab onto the back of your thigh. All right, flex through both feet here, and maybe even use that right elbow to press the left leg away. And then if you'd like to, go ahead and straighten through the left leg, since we've done lots of ham work here today. And then bend back through that knee. And then release the thigh, release the foot down, leave the right foot crossed over the left knee. Bring your arms either into a cactus or straight out onto the mat. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, let both knees fall over to the right side. If this is too much, you can always release the right foot from the left knee. Try to leave both shoulders pinned down onto the earth. And then bring those knees back up to center, and then let your right foot fall all the way over to the left side. Maybe hitting the ground. But again, trying to leave your shoulder blades pinned down. And then bring it back up to center. And let's uncross that right leg. And we'll switch it out. So this time, bring your left foot over your right knee, flexing to the left foot, drawing the knee out into the left. And then go ahead and reach the left hand through the opening, right hand to the back of the right thigh, lifting the right foot up, flexing through the foot, maybe pressing the left knee away with your elbow, maybe straightening through the right leg. If you've straightened through, go ahead and bend back down through that right leg, and then release the right foot down to the mat, let go of the leg. Either cactus your arms or let them go wide. Keep pressing that knee away. Take a breath in, and then exhale, both knees over to the left. Inhale it back up to center, and then let that left knee fall all the way, foot all the way to the right. And then bring it back up to center and release the ankle, let both feet fall down, and then draw both knees into your chest. All right, so we're gonna rock and roll the length of our spine, and the goal is to rock back up into a boat. You can always rock up into a seat or simply press yourself up into a seat, but wherever you are, if you're with me, rock and roll, and then right up into your boat. It's fun. Good, Jane. Nice, Kent, everyone. All right, and release it down. Ah, love a good boat ride. All right, come around into your downward facing dog. Oh, what do we got here? All right. All right, let's bend our knees and look forward, and exhale, come to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale it up halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up, and hands down to your heart center. Okay, so we're gonna do standing figure 4 now, so we're not gonna transition from that. So if you need a wall for balance, feel free to grab the wall right now. So basically what we just did on the floor, we're gonna do again. I think we did this last week too. So we are going to find our nice, strong, steady stance, draw everything into the midline, shift the weight to your right foot and come onto those left toes, and then bring the left knee up. And then I want to cross that foot over your knee. And we're going to do just like we did on the floor in the standing figure 4. And you're welcome to just stay here and keep pressing that knee away, or if you'd like to deepen it, you can always bend through that right knee, adding some more challenge to it. If you've bent through, go ahead and stand back up, and then release the foot back down and shake it out. If you're on the wall, go ahead and switch sides. Shift the weight over to your left foot, come onto the right toes, bring that knee up, and then cross that ankle over your thigh and open up. Again, either stay here, really working on pressing that knee away, or if you'd like to start to bend through to deepen it more. And then bring it back up and release. Okay. Let's just, in the interest of time, step your right foot, come back to your mat and just step your right foot back. And we're going to open up into a wide-legged fold, or wide-legged stance, sorry. We will fold. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, so take a stance, bring your arms out, see if you can get your wrists in line right over your ankles. That's typically the most optimal place to be. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's okay. Press down through the outside edges of those feet. Take those thighs back and apart. All right. Keep reaching for the front and the top and the back of your mat. And take a big deep breath in here, and then exhale, hinge from the hips, slowly coming forward. And then reach those fingertips down to the earth. Let's inhale up halfway, nice long spine. And then exhale, fold it back down. So take a couple of breaths here, trying to draw those hips up towards the sky, crown of the head down towards the earth. And then we're going to put a bend through the right knee and walk both hands over to the right foot. Bend as much as is comfortable for you. And then walk the hands back through the center, bending now through the left leg, walking the hands towards the left foot. And then back to the center. And again, take a moment, let the crown of your head hang down towards the earth, hips up towards the sky. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointing up towards the sky. Press down through those feet. Inhale, raise back up. All right, so turn your feet at a 45-degree angle, so basically towards the far corners of your mat. Basically, when you bend your knees, you're going to want your knees to track over your ankles. Okay, and then reach your arms at that same angle into a 5-pointed star. So again, make this really, really active. Reach through the fingertips, press down through the feet, and reach up through the crown of your head. So through all 5 points, you want to be shooting energy out. Take a breath in here. Exhale, bend your knees, cactus your elbows. We're going to sink down into a goddess pose. So again, your knees should be right over your ankles. So if you need to make any adjustments here, go for it. And then take that tailbone down towards the earth. So don't take it back behind you and don't tuck it in, but think about taking the tailbone straight down. All right, let's inhale back up into that 5-pointed star, really nice and active. Exhale, press it down into that goddess. Inhale it back up. And exhale, press it back down one more time. And inhale it up. Bring your hands to heart center and then either toe heel back together or hop it in. And we'll come to the top of the mat. All right, we have time for, we'll end up in a pyramid pose. So have your blocks nice and handy if you need them for that. And let's bring our feet together to touch or to almost touch for a chair pose or whatever is comfortable for you. Again, let's take the fingertips down towards the earth, shoulder blades onto your back, and bend your knees, sweep your fingertips towards the earth, and then up by your ears. Nice strong thighs here. Hold this chair, take a breath in, exhale, right hand behind you, left hand forward. Back to center. Take it the other way, right hand forward, left hand back. Back to center and forward fold. Ah. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step back, either plank or right into downward facing dog, your choice. If you're in plank, go ahead, take your vinyasa, lowering down, inhaling up through your back bend, and exhaling into that downward facing dog. All right, raise your right toes up, take your right knee and tap your left elbow. And then straighten it back up. And then this time, bring the knee forward and plant the foot in between the thumbs. We're gonna come up into a warrior one. So take your left foot at a 45-degree angle so your heel can get down on the earth. Pull back through the right hip. And when you're ready, crawl or sweep your arms up. So you want that knee line right over the ankle, both heels down, both hip points facing towards the top of the mat. Good. Take a breath in here. Exhale, reach your fingertips towards the top of the mat. Inhale it up. Again, exhale towards the top of the mat. Bring it back up. One more time, take it forward. And back up. Good. All right, straighten through that leg. Pull back through the right hip. Take a breath in, and again, reach towards the top of the mat. And then take those fingertips down to your blocks or all the way down to the earth. Really nice long spine here. Again, keep reaching the crown of your head towards the top of your mat and pulling back through your right hip. Take another breath in here and then exhale, take that stomach down towards your thigh. All right, we are gonna add a twist here. So take that left hand, plant it on your block or onto the earth. Take your right hand to your hip, twist towards that right side of your mat, and then reach your right arm up towards the sky. And bring that hand down. Put a bend through the right knee, and then crawl your hands up or sweep them up back into your warrior one. All right, let's frame the foot and step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. All right, plant the right foot, lift the left toes up, and then bring that left knee across, tapping the right elbow, and then sweep it back up. This time the knee comes forward, plant that foot in between the thumbs, however you need to get it there. Get your right foot situated at a 45-degree angle, heel down, and then either sweep your arms up or crawl them up, finding your warrior one on the other side. Again, both heels are planted. Good. Good. Take a breath in here, reaching the fingertips all the way up. Exhale, reach them towards the top of your mat. Inhale it up. Exhale, reach. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. And then bring it back up. Straighten through that leg. Pull back through the hip. Reach for the sky. And exhale, reach towards the top of your mat. Nice long spine. Release the fingertips down to the earth or to those blocks. Again, pull back through the left hip and forward with the crown of the head. Take a nice big deep breath in here. Exhale, sink your stomach down towards your thigh. All right, wherever you are, plant that right hand on your block or on the earth. Left hand comes to the hip. Go ahead and twist that torso to the left, and then reach the left hand up towards the sky. Good. And then release the hand down. Bend through that left knee and reach your arms back up. We're in the home stretch, guys. All right, go ahead and frame that foot, step back into your downward facing dog. And then release the knees down to the earth and swing around onto your bottoms. Grab a sip of water. All right, keep your strap handy. We're gonna do some folds with some twists here. We don't need it right away. Okay, so let's come to our feet stamped down onto the earth, and then let's let the left leg go long and keep a bend in the right leg. Okay, flex through that left foot, and I lied, do have your strap handy. We're gonna do it's an optional bind here. Definitely not expected. It's not accessible for a lot of people. So it's just something to work. I'll show you what we're going to work towards on the side. So if you do need the strap, just have it by your right hip. What we're eventually going to work towards, if it works for you, is this bind. So I'll do it here for the camera. And so this one, it's a nice big, if you twist, you can really get it a little bit more. And so if your strap is right there, if it's accessible, you can just grab the strap, okay? So actually I'll stay this way. All right, so right leg is bent, left leg is flexed, or I'm sorry, straight, foot is flexed, pressing down through the thigh and sitting up really nice and tall. Take your hand into a fist and have your foot a fist distance away from your leg, okay? And then take your left hand behind you for stability and reach your right arm up. Take a breath in and really reach those fingertips, get as much length as you can here. Exhale, keep that length and reach forward. So we're taking our right hand to our left foot here, or your ankle or your shin, or whatever works for you, okay? You're welcome to stay here and keep on working on this forward fold, or if you want to go for that bind, go ahead and release your right hand and turn your thumb to face down, and then take it down and then bend to the elbow, and then release that left hand, thumb down, bend through the elbow, and again, either grabbing that strap or reaching for your hand. And really the key to this one is that nice long spine. So inhale, straighten that spine. Exhale, turn your torso to the left. And then that might help with that twist a little bit more. So keep on reaching forward with the right shoulder and back with the left. You know, if I was allowed, I'd come around and help you all. It's amazing how much more you can twist and bind when someone helps you out. All right, go ahead and release it and come back through. So we'll do it on the other side. So this time, let the right leg go long and bend through the left knee. If you use that strap, have it around by the left hip. Fist distance away, foot from your leg, and really get all that engagement, just like we did. Like really think about, again, plugging that thigh bone into your hip socket and pressing down into the earth. Really nice, big, long spine here. Take your right hand behind you for stability. Reach your left hand up. Try to reach for the ceiling. Get as much length as you can right here. And then exhale, reach it forward, keeping all that length. And then take a pause here, reaching for your foot, your ankle, your shin, your calf, whatever is available. And then either stay here if you want to go for the bind, release the hand, take your left thumb, point it down towards the earth, and then take the hand around your knee and then bend the elbow. And then right hand comes up off the earth, thumb points down, wrap it around your back, bending the elbow, reaching for your hands or that strap. Again, inhaling all the way through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting to the right. As long as your spine is straight. So if you're down, you're more likely to hunch your shoulders. So the more upright you are, the more likely your shoulders are on your back and your spine is straight. I think it helps with the twist too. All right, go ahead and release. Shake it all out. Sorry, I'm like having a conversation while you're all holding a bind. Okay, so now we're gonna try something else. So this time, left leg is long, right leg bends. Wait, running out of time. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way so we can see. And then cross your right foot over your left leg. Okay, and sit up really nice and tall. This time, take your left hand to the earth in front of your left hip. And then reach your right arm up. Reach it for the sky. Shift your weight a little bit onto that left hip. And then reach your right hand towards your right leg. So you're on the inside of your knee, yeah. And then you can go ahead and grab that foot if it's accessible. I should have said too, to maybe have a strap around your foot if that, and if this is too much of a twist, that's okay. So this is prep for grasshopper pose. We have our baby grasshopper. We have, I've showed you before, and if you want to go for it, again, this is by no means an expectation in this class. This is our peak pose is this. If you want to know what baby grasshopper is, and if you want to try it, you pull that right foot, again, like really plug the thigh bone into your hip socket, press down through this left hand, press down through your left foot, shift your weight forward, and then lift up. So that's baby grasshopper. Again, not the expectation of today, but just showing you where that, you really have to will your body up. It's a big mind game almost as much as strength. Go ahead and release that. Yeah, fingers are pointing away from the hip, and then you're basically, and your foot should be actually pointing forward too for it. Oh, good, you got it. Yeah, the fingertips. Yeah, I should have said that. Fingertips should be pointing straight out. Yeah, and it's a big power. Foot, yeah, it's hard to get it all the way, so it's kind of at an angle of your foot. And then it's all this, it's so much core. It's an arm balance, but it's so much core and it's so much twist and everything in it. So again, this is, the expectation is just the prep for it, but there's the, anyway, okay, we'll do the other side. Try it. You never know till you try. That's why I like to show you guys, like, you what? Jane's like, I am trying. You never know until. All right, so this time right leg is long, left leg bends, and then take the left leg over the right foot or knee, whatever, that body part. Okay, right hand, the outside of the right hip, finger is facing away. Thank you, Colleen. Okay, and then the left toes, mine are at a slight angle. If you want to try to get them towards the same direction as the fingers, go for it. Okay, and so again, we kind of shift that weight over onto your right hip. Reach your left fingertips up, and then reach them forward to the inside of that knee, the outside of your foot. And so we'll just hang here, aiming for that foot. Good, and Ken's using a strap. Strap is a great option here to really feel this. And again, if you wanna go for it, we really start to shift our weight, press all the way into the hand and that foot, plug that thigh bone in, pull everything into the midline, and lift it up. One side is always easier than the other. It really is a mind game too. It's like literally willing your body up off the floor. All right, go ahead and release it wherever you are. I'll shake it all out. Okay. All right, one last forward fold. You can't end class without doing a traditional forward fold. So let's bring our feet front, both feet out in front, flexing your toes. Again, nice long spine. Inhale, reach it up, and then exhale. Reach forward, really trying to keep that length. Releasing your hands down wherever they are. And then slowly crawl it back up. All right, come on down to your backs, pull your knees in. Give yourself a hug, rock and roll back and forth. Go ahead and make whatever movements you need here. Happy baby might feel good here, grabbing for the outside edges of your feet. Drawing your tailbone down towards the earth, knees down towards the earth. This might be one of those classes where it might feel good to, if you're in happy baby, to go ahead and straighten maybe one leg, maybe the other, maybe both. We did a lot of ham work. So just make whatever movements are comfortable for you here. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and release those feet. Let your legs go long on the mat. Palms facing up. Lots of deep breaths here for just a moment. Think about all that expansion, all that freedom. Take one more nice big deep breath in, and then exhale, sink down into the mat. Release any muscular energy you're still holding on to, any tension, any mind chatter. Just let it all sink out and fall into your Shavasana. to deepen your breath. Bring awareness back to your body and back to your mind. Start to make small movements, wiggling your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Let's go ahead and stretch your arms overhead. Feet towards the top of your mat. Nice big morning stretch. So much length, so much freedom. Take another breath in here and then exhale, draw your knees into your chest for one last nice big hug in. And then gently roll to one side using your arm as a pillow and just take a moment to gather yourself here. Gently make your way up to a seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. And draw your hands to your heart center. I know I say this every week, but I really, truly can't tell you all how much I really appreciate that you show up for yourselves and you do this, something for your mind and your body and your spirit. And I love so much that, you know, it's summer, it's a pandemic, and you guys, you give it your all every week and you show up, whether it's in the studio or online. And I just hope you're all so proud of yourselves for that. And I hope that it does make a difference in your day. It certainly makes a difference in mine. So just one last reminder, yoga is not whether or not you can touch your toes. It's what you learn on the way down. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. This next weekend on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock, we are having an outdoor backbending workshop. It's all levels, so it is not, you know, going to be all crazy and accessible stuff. You know, backbends, you know, I never teach camel pose because I truly can't access it, and I'm always nervous that I don't cue it correctly for other people. You know, it's backbends like that wild thing. You know, like I'm looking forward to it so that I can bring more backbending into the practice with you guys. I think people get nervous when they hear backbending. They think it's going to be all this like crazy and accessible stuff, but it's, again, it's things like wild thing, it's camel, it's bridge pose, it is working into full wheel, things like that. So, and there's so much freedom and expansion in a back bend. So definitely if you can do it, it's at 5 o'clock in Deer Park, just about 5 minutes away from this Lake Zurich studio. So I'd love to see you there. And then we have Gabriel Halpern coming online with us in September and October. So all of that is on our website, and would love to see you guys at any of those that you can make. So thank you guys all so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Good to see everyone.
Good to see you.
Susan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Love you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.